Brian here with you. Let's examine this quite scarce 14-volume history of literature of Castile, Spain. It is early 20th century. All of the volumes are in this period, no doubt Spanish, quarter leather binding with raised bands and gilt lettering like so. Nice marbled end papers. This is old paper that was used for the binding, and the cloth here has had, looks like long ago, some sort of nibbling so that it exposed the under structure of the cloth boards. It is a very scarce set. It's, of course, in Spanish, 1915 Madrid, like so. Scholarly work. The title pages have this small old rubber stamp of the bookshop that evidently sold it. It is actually an illustrated set. There are illustrations interspersed and scattered throughout it, like so. You'll notice that the contents are very clean, tight, and sound. I'm going to just briefly now flip through the set so that you watching this video can see how it survives. If the set doesn't interest you, well, now would be a good time to move on. And if you do like the set, then you can stay with us as we basically sail through it like this, because I want to be clear how it survives, because we're going to have to send it in the mail in a large, heavy box, and we want you to be sure before it arrives what you're getting. And so I'm going to show you each one so that you can see in advance what is here on the table and being offered. Yeah, they're quite a lot of illustrations. I would suspect we're looking at 200 to 300 in total, because the set is 14 volumes, and I think most of these volumes probably have at least 15, 20, maybe 30 illustrations. So I think we're looking at 200 or 300 full-page plates throughout, and it might even be more than that. I don't know if it actually says, but that's really neither here nor there. That's just what it is. And there it is. Yeah. Profusion of illustrations actually is the way to describe it. Comprehensive, sweeping, scholarly work. And let's go this way like this. A little bit of minor spotting in spots, maybe a little bit of toning to some of the paper, but the bindings are all clean, tight, and sound. The first one on the rear cover has that little bit of loss to the cloth, but all of these are very sound and tight, no loose covers, little bit of small scuff spots to some of the raised bands, which would be expected and typical, but for a large monumental set like this, far less than what it could be. A little bit of edge staining, but these are trivial flaws for a beautiful monumental set like this. And, oh, here we are. Yeah, right, so there's the second volume with some loss to the cloth on the cover, but yet the cover is still firmly attached. The contents are tight and sound. This volume here does appear to contain an index, and so this is how the set survives, and it is available now online from me, Brian DeMambro.